All right. We are live.
We are live. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Some of you are probably awake, some of you are probably not. All right. Good morning and welcome to the Nashville Daily Podcast. We are live in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and the sun is rising to our right. It is an amazing morning here in Gatlinburg. We hope that you are doing well. Aaron, what are your thoughts on this beautiful area that we're in?
This is a chance that we get probably 3 or 4 times a year, about once a season, to enjoy these incredible mountains. And we didn't know this morning whether we would be getting rained on or if the sun would be. This is probably the perfect scenario of what we could have faced this morning. So this is really cool. The reason that we are out here today is because Buc-ee's is doing a grand opening for their Sevierville location of their, this is going to be, I believe, their largest location of a Buc-ee's.
Yes, right now. So this is going to be their largest location.
That will be open?
Right now, but there's one being built in Texas that's going to be slightly larger. But then there's going to be one in Clarksville that's going to be 77,000 square feet. And we've been covering the Buc-ee's saga here on Nashville Daily for a little while. We've covered, I think, 4 or 5 episodes now of Buc-ee's. And
yeah, because it's crazy because just in June, at the very beginning of June, we went to a groundbreaking ceremony, Buc-ee's opening in Smiths Grove, Kentucky,
which was awesome. It was really cool.
We covered the announcement of the Clarksville Buc-ee's open, at least just the announcement of it. No date for opening or anything like that.
They've submitted paperwork to the city. So that's the blueprints, plans to the city.
And then we visited the Crossville Buc-ee's for the umpteenth time yesterday, or last night on the way here.
And we pre-gamed. I bought this fancy Hawaiian shirt that has the little beaver.
So we have that, and then today we are visiting the grand opening for the Sevierville location. So that's news for 3 Buc-ee's in just the month of June.
Yep.
In the Nashville, and Sevierville being an extension of the Nashville visitorship. So that's 3 in the month of June, which is pretty incredible. And so we didn't want to miss an episode this morning, and so that's why we are out here in probably one of the best views you can get within a 10-minute drive from the city of Gatlinburg. And behind us, you can see most of the city of Gatlinburg. And Stuart, if you take just a step towards me, and I'm probably out of the frame right now, you can see what's kind of the little tower there.
Yep.
For the city of Gatlinburg. But then you see the incredible Smoky Mountains, and if you've never understood why they're called the Smoky Mountains,
there's a little haze right there.
You can see the smoke from
the mountains.
The mountains there. That's why it's called the Smoky Mountains. It's not anything too scientific. If you have never been to this area, we do have a video on a YouTube channel called Explore Tennessee, XPLR Tennessee, and that video are the top attractions in the Pigeon Forge area. We made it last fall. It's an absolutely incredible video to go and check out if you're new to the area. Somebody just honked at us, and so definitely check it out. We're hoping to build up guides for more of the mountain type adventures and more things so you can see views like this. Stuart, what are some of your favorite things to do out in these areas?
Well, so I want to focus on how family friendly this area is, and just driving through here last night at midnight. We did a 5-hour sleep. So you always forget, like, oh wow, this is extremely family friendly. And it's been considered one of the best areas in the United States for its family friendliness. If you just go down the main strip in Sevierville and into Pigeon Forge, you can see all of these family friendly attractions. laser tag, race tracks. There's these. There's this place called a Zorb, and if you have no idea what Zorbing is, you're in this giant hamster ball, and you're going downhill almost 25 miles an hour, and there's water in this ball. You need to check out that video on our YouTube channel, Explore Tennessee, because it is a blast. Just if you're going Zorbing, my tip is keep your mouth closed. I know you're going to want to scream, but when that water gets down your throat and you feel like you're choking on it, it's not a fun experience. But Zorbing is super fun. And then just coming up here to the mountains. So like this is the byway in Gatlinburg that takes you up to Newfound Gap and Morton Overlook. This can take you to Cherokee, North Carolina. So there's just a lot to do here. That's not including Gatlinburg. So there's Sevierville, there's Pigeon Forge, there's Gatlinburg, and then if you go a little bit south, there's Townsend, which is my personal favorite area here in in East Tennessee, is Townsend. If you go down towards Townsend, that's how you get to Cades Cove. There's a company distilling down there. There's a great restaurant called The Abbey. It's in this old church. They make great pizza. Townsend also has the Bigfoot Festival every year, which is massive. And they have the Highlanders Fest, which is like a traditional Scottish festival. East Tennessee is where I'm going to be investing in. I love this area of the country. I love the mountains. I love the outdoor adventures here. And we personally, have you rafted over here in East Tennessee or in this part of East Tennessee?
No, I've rafted in North Carolina a while ago, so I haven't rafted in East Tennessee, the Ocoee River yet, but it's on my list.
Yeah, if you go southeastern Tennessee, that's where all the whitewater rafting is. And that's where some of the best whitewater rafting is in the United States. Like if you're heading down to Helen, Georgia, which is a beautiful, beautiful area of Georgia, there's probably like 35 companies that will take you tubing or rafting. So there's a lot to do here. Now let's talk about Dollywood. Dollywood is the best theme park in North America, according to TripAdvisor for 2022.
And number 2 in the world.
So Dollywood is remarkable. It is hands down my favorite theme park that I've been to, and we didn't even ride any of the freaking rides. We rode one ride, that little boat swinging thing. We didn't do any of the coasters, we didn't do anything, but the food. Guys, I'm a big boy, and I love the food at Dollywood.
I was getting ready to say, this area of Tennessee and the country has family-friendly activities, has pretty much activities for almost everybody. The things you won't find here, late night scenes, your club scenes, and your nightlife. That doesn't really exist in this area, but that's okay. You'll be so tired at the end of the day, you won't be looking for any of that stuff. The food scene is not exactly what you'd expect if you went to a larger city in the culinary breadths of a larger city, but I think Dollywood and stuff, Dollywood and the resort and the hotel probably has some of the best food options for this area.
Oh, hands down. So Dollywood has a resort called Dreammore. This is their first resort that opened about 7 years ago. And in the Dreammore, it's called Hearth Song or Heart Song? It's one of them. Hearth and Song.
Yeah. Maybe Heart and Song. I don't know.
It's one of them. I always forget the name. But it is my personal. Audrey's is fantastic. I love Audrey's here in East Tennessee.
The goat.
The goat is great. But my favorite is the one inside. That's how well known I know it is, because I can't say the name. But it's my favorite restaurant in Sevierville, Gatlinburg area. And they do a buffet almost every single night of the week, and their fried chicken is to die for. The last time I was here, I ate 6 plates of just their fried chicken. I didn't have anything else. But they do like this curated menus too for every season, which is fantastic. Their new lodge is opening this fall. I'm excited to go there if we get a chance, at least this fall. We'll be definitely going in the future. So, but if you're looking for a great sunrise location, sunset locations, family friendliness, all of that's here in Sevierville, Gatlinburg, and Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, and we've been asked a lot lately, what is there family friendly to do in Nashville? Like if somebody's looking to spend a lot of family friendly time with their kids.
Visit Buc-ee's.
Yeah, go to Buc-ee's first. But Nashville makes it very difficult to do that.
Yeah.
You're going to have to really stretch and make things family friendly in order to accomplish that goal. Here in Sevierville, in Pigeon Forge, in Gatlinburg, in basically this entire Smoky Mountain area, you don't have to do that. It all comes packaged family friendly, and it's incredible. It's easily probably one of the best family friendly areas in the United States.
Oh, hands down. And I think the really cool thing is this area is ever growing in tourism. So I think there's a lot of really cool things coming here. So like there's a new attraction that just opened in Pigeon Forge called Sky Ranch. We personally have not been yet, but the aesthetic with the petting zoo and all of this stuff, there's just so many attractions coming here. And you can tell that this is going to be a heavy area of tourism, because if you drive on the other side of Gatlinburg, you can't really see it from the angle that we're at. They're developing these huge, like resort looking things.
And that's probably cheaper than staying in Nashville.
Yeah, and that's not Dollywood. So like last night we got a Best Western in Pigeon Forge. It's a great Best Western. We paid $133 for the night. That's not terrible.
It's a fantastic room.
Fantastic room. It's a large room. In Nashville, that room probably would have went for about $325.
Probably.
So it's still priced very well. Dollywood is priced very well as a theme park. There's also the island, which we did not talk about yet. The island is this area that has a ton of shopping, some local eateries, there's art galleries, there's amusement park rides,
a lot of restaurants.
They have the Smoky Mountain Wheel, which is a Ferris wheel that's over 200 feet in the air. Great views of the Smokies, especially after a thunderstorm and there's a rainbow. We've experienced that once.
And a lot of that is on our YouTube channel, Explore Tennessee.
Yep.
And on that top attractions in the Pigeon Forge area.
The really cool thing, and I hear this all the time, is there's these huge things that happen here in Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg. So coming up in August, there's Jeep Week. And I talked to about 4 or 5 people over the last month, and they're like, yeah, I go to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge every single year, even though I live in Knoxville for Jeep Week. And it's like this invasion of Jeeps. This is the first time we experienced it last year. We drove into town and we're like, oh, there's a lot of Jeeps here. And then the next day there was like double the amount of Jeeps here. But altogether there's like 30,000 Jeeps that ascend to Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge in August. It is insane. And then I believe there's the classic car show that happens, I believe in September, October. So there's so much to do in this area. And then that's not even including the live music. Like live music is a Tennessee tradition, and Gatlinburg and Sevierville really embrace that as well, as does Nashville. Over here, you're gonna have more of that folk, bluegrass, Appalachian type music. In Nashville, you're gonna have your bro country, your pop scene. But over here, this is where the true storytelling happens in music.
Yeah, so this is kind of just a quick check-in from us. I almost want to give like a little tour of the scenery, Stuart, with you, and then we'll call it a day.
All right.
And so I'm gonna take this out of the holder.
I'm gonna get this wrong because I can't I can't remember the name of this particular mountain, but it's a mountain. And it looks really nice. But let's walk over here a little bit so we can see the downtown of Gatlinburg a little bit more. This is where part of the wildfire happened a couple years ago. So it spread back throughout this area. You can see some of this is new growth right here, in particular really behind me right now. So comment below, what's the name of this mountain? Because I cannot remember it for the life of me right now. But you can see downtown Gatlinburg. You could just drive through there. There's Ripley's Believe It or Not. There's a bunch of old Smoky Mountain. What is that? That one company that makes whiskey. Smoky Mountain, Old Smoky Mountain, whatever. They make
I think
whiskey.
it's Old Smoky Distillery.
There we are. That one's really good. There's a listening room down here now. It's actually in downtown Gatlinburg, right? The listening room. Some really good outfitters.
Pancake pantries down here now.
Pancake pantries here. There's a lot of flapjack places here because that's what they used to feed the workers in these mountains because they were full of protein and they would just get these big flapjacks. But Gatlinburg is amazing. Let us know in the comments below, which town do you prefer? Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, or Gatlinburg, or Townsend? Comment below your favorite town in East Tennessee. Thank you for watching this live stream. This is today's episode of Nashville Daily Podcast. Head over to exploretours.com to book your tour with us today.